Emini here, I think. All right. Here we go. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Today is Monday, March 11th, 2013. Let's go through the results of the live trading room this morning. We got our 2 points this morning. We got our 2 points this morning in 26 minutes. Took us 2 trades. We were at $110 a contract when we were done. That was the 2 points. We kept trading, as we usually do. And we ended up placing 9 trades this morning, and the results were plus 11 ticks on gold, plus 13 ticks on crude. Okay, so we were plus $240 a contract on 9 trades this morning. 9 trades, $240. So you guys can do the math. Let's see. So for the month, let's just go to the month total. So far for the month, I don't remember how many trades we had. I have to go back and listen to Fridays, but I think we had 13 trades on Friday, and if that is the case. For the month, we are up $2,372.50 per contract on 64 trades total, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, 7 trading days. All right, so we're up $2,300 in 7 trading days. We're on path to make a record month this month in the live trading room. But knocking on wood, we'll see how the month ends. All right. Let's get into the trades. Okay, I'm gonna move all the charts back where they normally are. Okay. Crude oil is usually the one that I start with because it's usually over on the left, so I'll do that. All right, on crude, we had, these were the trades that we had this morning on crude. All right, our very first trade, this is the one that we made our 2 points on right here. Okay, we had a bullish cross right here. Oh, wait a minute. If you have not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply. Sign up for the free trial. That's /apply and sign up for the free trial. Okay, at cfrn.net/apply. When you sign up for the free trial, you get 5 days in our live trading room. In the email that's sent to you when you sign up there, there's a couple of steps you have to go through. You have to enter in a little bit of information, your name and your email address, and click through a couple of links, and you'll be sent an email that has a link to a video in it. You got to watch the video. The video shows you how to download the charting platform, how to install our indicators, all those sorts of things. Okay. You need to do that. If you're going to sign up for the free trial with us, actually take the free trial, download the charting platform, download the indicators, get in the live trading rooms, do the whole thing. Okay. It's to benefit you, really. Anyway, in the free trial, you get 5 days in our live trading room. You get access to the charting platform and our indicators. You get to ask us whatever questions you want, and we will do our very best to get every question answered. If we can't get it answered in the live trading room, just send us an email at support@cfrn.net, and we'll get your question answered in an email. All right. I also give everybody that's on the free trial my phone number, so you can call me if you want. I'm happy to talk to you, go over details about whatever it is you want to talk about. Okay? All right, moving on to the trades. These were the trades that I took this morning. This was the first trade right here. Now, let me bring up my pictures. I'm going to show you the pictures like I do every day. And I'm going to show you once because they're the same across all the markets. Okay? This right here, step 1, you look for the bullish cross of the MA1, which is the blue and red line, over the BBC, which is the green line. Look for that cross. Look for it to pull away, the price to pull away from the BBC. That means space between the green line and the price. Like we had right in here, right there, okay, and right there. Then you look for price to test the BBC. That means touch it, and then close in the direction of the cross. In this case, that would be an up close, just like this one over here, an up close. And then you look to make sure you have divergence between the green line and the cycle portion, and that the cycle portion is blue. All right. And right here we had bullish divergence. Cycle portion was blue, so we jumped in the trade. We got in the trade and we trailed our stop up. Once we had some profit in the trade, we trailed our stop up. And we let it run up, and we took 11 ticks profit on that first trade. Okay? Took 11 ticks profit on that first trade. The next opportunity was right here. Now, there are two types of trades that we take in the live trading room. All right? We're doing the same exact thing, the same set of indicators across all the charting platforms. We're on the same time frame across all the charting platforms. We're trading the same exact setup across all the charting platforms. I mean all the markets. Every market that you look at. I'm going to show you a few different markets. We traded on 2 today, but there were opportunities on a bunch more. There were no news events this morning, so I had figured that the first couple hours or the first hour or so was probably where we were going to have our action, and that's exactly what we had. Okay. Let's see. I was going to bring up the other trade type. Now, I draw these black trend lines. You see these black trend lines? I manually draw those in as soon as I can when the markets are moving. You only need 2 bars to draw a trend line. Okay? So I draw them in as soon as I can, and then I adjust them if I need to. You can find out how to adjust them by signing up for the free trial, getting into the live trading room. Okay? It's really pretty straightforward, though. But there are 2 reasons. Let me put the whole picture up here. There are 2 reasons that the trend lines come into play. One is if there is so much momentum in the trade that price doesn't pull all the way back to the BBC, like we had right over here. Okay, there's so much momentum that price doesn't pull all the way back to the BBC. Then you draw a trend line up the bottoms, and you look for a down close below the trend line with the bearish divergence. That's one reason, when it doesn't pull all the way back to the BBC. The other reason is if the cycle is the wrong color. Okay? And in this case, it had both of those. On the down close right there, the cycle was blue, and we didn't hit the BBC. So you wait for the down close, you get in there on the down close, and then you just let it go. Now in this particular case, on the down close, I had moved my stop to break even. I believe... Actually, no, I locked in a little bit of profit on this one. I took a little profit, like 3 ticks profit, I think, on this. And it eventually went all the way down. But I had moved my stop down to plus a few ticks once it had some profit in it. Now, over here, it was the same exact thing, just on the long side. All right, I took a break even there, I took a break even there, and I took a little profit there. And this was my last trade of the morning, and it slipped me 1 tick on my stop. I had brought my stop up to break even, and it slipped me 1 tick. So I ended up losing 1 tick on this trade right here. You can see that since then, excuse me, since then there have been a couple of opportunities in here, but not much. The market just, crude oil was one of the only ones that actually trended this morning, and I'll show you the bigger picture here in just a minute. This would have been the trend line, then that would have been the trend line, and then you had no divergence, so there was no trade there. Now you come over here, and oops, let's see. This would have been your trend line. Now on the up close, there was still no divergence, so you have to go to the next one. Right there was some divergence. So you would have had an up close right there. Once you get 4 or 5 ticks in the trade, move stop to break even. I would have gotten stopped out on break even on that one probably, maybe plus 1 tick or 2. But that was it on the crude oil. Okay, we ended the crude this morning. Oops, I said I was going to show you the bigger picture. We ended the crude this morning plus, what did we end up? Plus 13 ticks. Okay, now crude this morning was trending. Was it crude or gold that was trending? I don't know. Well, either way, we ended crude this morning plus 13 ticks. Now I'm going to bring the Russell over. We didn't trade the Russell at all this morning. Okay, the same exact trade setups, same indicators, same everything, same time frame. There just wasn't any opportunity this morning. The ES was hugging the weekly trading zone all morning. When I get to the ES, I'll show you there was 1 trade opportunity this morning. Yes, Abby, I am recording this. I always record these. There's actually a couple years worth of them on the website. This was the Russell this morning. You can see these black horizontal lines right here are the weekly trading zone. So I wasn't trading with the Russell this morning. There were a couple of opportunities right in here. It pulled. You had you cross, you tested the BBC, the down close, you bearish divergence, and down it went. Again, right here, tested the BBC, down closed, bearish divergence, and down it went. Over here, you had you tested the BBC with a down close, but you needed to close below the trend line on this one because the cycle was blue, so the trend line was going up. There was no opportunity. It got up inside the weekly trading zone in here. I wasn't trading anything inside the weekly trading zone, and that was pretty much it. I drew this one at the end of the morning session. I drew this one in here. There was a possibility to get long here on this up close right here, and that ended up going up to here. Your entry would have been, excuse me, 938.1. It drew down to 937.4. 937.4. I use an 8-tick stop on every trade that I take. So this one right here would have had 7 ticks taken out of the risk, and then it moved up. All right. So from point 1, it moved up to 39. It moved up 9 ticks. Okay. And that was the Russell this morning. Not really much going on there. You know, I'm going to end up cruising through the NQ, the ES. We didn't have a lot of trade opportunities this morning. And I sort of figured that was what was going to happen when I saw that we didn't have any news events. Now, this is gold. All right, these are the trades that we took on gold this morning. Our very first trade was right in here. Once we got the close down below the MA1, and we could move our stop to break even, we did, and we got stopped out at break even. Now, I want you to notice here, it's the same exact trade setup. Okay, the same exact thing. You look for your cross, you look for your space, you look for your pullback and test to the BBC. On the down close right here, we had blue on the cycle, so you needed to draw your trend line in. You needed to close down below the trend line. It was over here. Now, I didn't focus on this trade because the green line was almost into the cycle. When you get this kind of divergence between the green line and the cycle, you anticipate that the green line is going to turn down and move down into the cycle. That's what you expect. Okay? And in this case, it had already pretty much done it. So we didn't really look at that trade right there. We did look at this one, the same thing as this one, just a little farther down. And we took a short trade right in here. Once we could put our stop to break even, we did, and we got stopped out at break even. Okay, it ended up going down. Our entry on that, we were off on our entry by 1 tick. We were in at 77.7 on that. Okay, and it dropped down to 76.6 for an 11 tick gain from our entry. The better entry would have been 77.8, but regardless, we got break even on it. The next one was here, the bullish cross, the test of the BBC, the up close. Let's bring that picture back up just really quickly. Okay. Same exact thing. You can see this picture is crude oil from January. Well, it's not January crude, but it was crude oil from the beginning of the last contract that we traded. It was, weeks ago, if not months ago. Anyway, the bullish cross, the space, pull back and test with an up close, pull back and test with an up close, and the bullish divergence. Okay, we got long in there, and I believe we took 9 ticks profit on that one. We missed this one. I think we took 10 ticks profit on this one. Okay, it was the same thing again. Tested the BBC with an up close, bullish divergence over here. I think we took 10 ticks profit on that one, and then we got long in here. And I'm not sure if we should have even gotten long in there, now that I look at it. But we did. Oh yeah, we got long here. I'm sorry. On the up close right here on the Dragonfly Doji, we got long right there on the Dragonfly Doji, and it stopped us out for minus 8 ticks. Okay, so we lost 8 ticks there. We got 9 and 10 and minus 8, and that brings us to whatever our total was on the gold, plus 11, and that was it. And it's gone pretty much flat since then. Okay, that was gold. Those are the 2 markets that we actually traded this morning. But I'll go over, I don't really want to go over the NQ because it was really choppy. I can show you right here, at the end of the morning session, we had the bullish cross, test of the BBC with an up close right here, but we had red on the cycle, so you needed to close above the trend line. I did, sorry. I skipped this section right here. You could have gotten long right there on the close above the trend line. Okay, the close above the trend line right there. It would have drawn down here, but then moved up, and you could have gotten long right here too. Okay, if you missed that first one, there's your trend line for the second one. There's the up close above it. and that was the NQ in the afternoon. We didn't really look at the NQ all that much in the morning session because the ES was stuck at the weekly trading zone the whole time. So when the ES is stuck at a weekly trading zone, we don't like to trade the indexes. Okay, the stock indexes, we try to skip those. You can see right here, there was this one opportunity here at the open with the ES. You had your bullish cross, pull away from the BBC, a test with an up close, and it was coming out of the weekly trading zone. This black horizontal line right here is the weekly trading zone. It was coming out of the zone. All right, that was the entry opportunity, and you can see that thing lasted forever. There was another opportunity over here. Not a lot of divergence. It pulled back. This one pulled back 7 ticks, I think, and this one pulled back 7 ticks, I think, before it went all the way up here to the next zone. Okay, so there was opportunity there on the ES, just one of them, or two of them, really. 1 or 2 trades there on the ES, if that's what you wanted to trade. Okay, soybeans, let's look at the soybeans. Here, now when the soybeans opened up, there were 2 trades in a row that were losing on the soybeans. Okay, and the soybeans they didn't put in a higher swing. This one would have stopped you out pretty much to the tick and then moved up to the profit target up here, which would have been the swing high. The next one just turned around completely. Then there was a winning trade here and a winning trade here and another trade right in here, but the green was almost down into the cycle. That's why I didn't highlight it. All right, then it changed directions. Gave a bullish cross, and there was no opportunity at all in there when it changed directions. Let's see, right now. This is what you're looking at right now. So it's not a great opportunity right here. The up close right here, you wouldn't need it to close. You still need to close up above the trend line. Okay, but there's not a ton of divergence, and there's not a lot of room for the green line to run up into the cycle. Let's see. That was the NQ, the ES, the gold, the Russell, the crude oil, the yen. We looked at the yen a little bit this morning. There was an opportunity right here on this down close on the yen. Okay, and the euro. We were looking on the euro for an opportunity, but it never showed up. I think we were looking in here, and by the time it happened, the black line was on the wrong side of the BBC. And that, my friends, was the live trading room this morning. All right, there was not all that much opportunity, and you know what? Tomorrow is probably going to be the same way because we don't have much for news events until Wednesday. When Wednesday comes along, we should see a lot of action. And on crude oil, we have crude inventories coming out on Wednesday, so I know we're going to see action on crude. The gold, we'll see what happens. There's global stuff that's happening tomorrow, I believe, that could affect the gold and the crude for that matter. So, if you've not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply. Sign up for the free trial. Okay, we are currently up. Let's go back there again. We are currently up $2,372.50 on the month on 64 trades. Okay, we've made our 2 points every day so far this month. As a matter of fact, our last down day was February 7th, I believe, right? Yeah, it was February 7th. Our only down day so far this year was February 7th. We had one break-even day, too, in February. That was February 27th. All right. Except for those 2 days, we made our 2 points every day. All right, that's it, guys. We're going to wrap up the recording right here, and we'll head out to Vegas. Okay, on February 7th, I lost $80 a contract. $80 a contract. Okay. All right, stopping the recording.